Hello, everyone. It is N Squared Sports, and we're going to be talking about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is officially, signing his franchise tag, which is, by the looks of it, $31.4 million. Good, hefty contract. Nick, thoughts?
Yeah, so he's signing it today, I'm pretty sure. And that basically gives him a 3-week period, I think, to where he could sign a extension, or if he doesn't sign it if he doesn't make a contract within that time, then he'll go with this season on a $31.4 million 1-year franchise tag. So basically, the Cowboys have been in talks with him forever, it feels like. It feels like years they've been talking about this. They signed Ezekiel Elliott, they signed Amari Cooper, and Dak's the last one of the three. I don't know why. In my opinion, you should make sure your quarterback is secure first, but maybe it's because they don't totally trust him. I mean, they brought in Andy Dalton. I know he's not as good as Dak, but they still brought him in. So it's like, do they not really want him? I mean, he's asking for a ridiculous amount. Like, this franchise tag is a lot, but he's asking for like $40+ million a year, which, like you said, a lot is maybe to try to get them to go under, which is still going to be higher than what he's worth, but like maybe he's trying to get in the mid-30s, even though I think he's I think a lot lower of Dak than you do. I think he's a $25 million a year quarterback, like at most, and you probably think he's around 30 or 35. But some people think he's worth 40. Some people think he's not worth 40, and I definitely don't. I think this contract right here, if it was a 5-year deal and it was 31 a year, I think that's too high. I mean, I just do. And I know that's not very popular, but he's a little bit like, kind of like Kirk Cousins a little bit. That's kind of a guy that you can compare him to, maybe a Jimmy Garoppolo-ish, kind of in that range where you're like middle of the pack. And we've talked about Dak on this channel before. Go watch our other videos about Dak. We've talked about him a lot before. I think in one of our overrated, underrated, we talked about him a little bit. Anyway, and I definitely said overrated, just to let you know. Yeah, but anyway, my thoughts basically are the Cowboys don't know what they want to do, I guess, with them. They're like, they don't want to give him 40 a year, but at the same time, they don't want to lose him because he's very durable. He still has potential. I mean, he's kind of reaching that point to where he's not going to get a whole lot better, in my opinion. I mean, he has weapons around him. If he does sign the franchise tag, he'll have Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. Those are 3 really good receivers. And Ezekiel Elliott as a running back. And, what if we just made a Jamal Adams video? What if they get Jamal Adams on that defense? I mean, he's not going to really have an excuse this year if he plays bad. So maybe what the Cowboys are thinking is okay, let's let him play this year out. I mean, we have all the weapons we can give him. If he plays poorly, or maybe you set a standard, if he throws for this many yards, or if he gets us to the playoffs, or whatever you want to do, if he gets us to where we want, then we'll sign him in an extension. If not, then we'll let him go. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know. But in my opinion, I don't know that I think he'll be better this year because he has so many weapons, and I think he will eventually get signed. Maybe not this year, but I kind of think they'll sign him this year. But I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah, this is interesting. Here's my thing, is it's all relative. And I think he's an upper half QB in the league, but I don't think he's transcendent. I don't feel like he makes players around him better, but I think he is quality. That being said, quality quarterbacks require that $30 million price tag. And if I were to ask you, would you rather Teddy Bridgewater or Dak Prescott at $25 million? Because I would take Dak Prescott easily at 20.
I probably would too.
I think Teddy Bridgewater is not worth $25 million.
No.
That being said, this 31, if the Cowboys got Dak Prescott for $31.4 million a year, holy crap, that's a steal in my opinion. I think that's the best case scenario. I really don't think he's going to be signed this year, to be honest with y'all. he's a good quarterback. I just think this is a big prove-it year. And to your point is like he has it all around him. If he can't, the Eagles are already collapsing. They've already had 2 major injuries. They've had an All-Pro, if I'm not mistaken, guard out for the season, Brooks, and I believe another injury, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
I'm not sure. I know Brandon Brooks, but I don't know.
He has the division. The Giants are a couple years away. The Skins are a couple years away. The Eagles are already in injury mode. You have a clear lane to win the division. You have the Niners already starting to get injured. You have a turning of the tables within the NFL. This is the perfect year for you to do it. Prove it. We have gotten you everything you need, even if you don't get Jamal Adams. This is the year to prove it. And I really think if he doesn't succeed this year, they're not going to pay him.
Yeah, they're done.
Because that means they're going to pay, my guess is Deshaun Watson and Mahomes will get paid before him. Mm-hmm. And that means his price tag's going up because he's going to want around that money because he thinks he's worth that much.
Yeah. One thing I'll add, if you mentioned Mahomes, if Dak doesn't get signed before Mahomes, good luck.
Yeah,
like it's done for him. So you got to make sure if you're the Cowboys, if you don't sign him this year, you better sign him next year before Mahomes gets signed. That's all I can say. Because Mahomes is, I think, probably going to make $45 million. I think he'll actually make around $45 million a year, which is insane. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say?
I'll say this. Is we bash on Dak Prescott a ton, I mean I bash on him too. I do like him, but like I said on the earlier points, the thing is, if he's a free agent, he's a priority grab. If a team needs a quarterback, you would be stupid not to sign him. That's sort of like he is in that weird, just like Dalvin Cook is, and we described earlier in the Dalvin Cook video. He is in that weird sort of point where I think he is good. He's probably an elite game manager, is how I'd put it. I think he's not like, he doesn't play like Alex Smith really, but he reminds me of Alex Smith's sort of situation where Alex Smith's a good quarterback. No one really doubted that, but you never were like, this guy's getting me a Super Bowl. That's sort of how I feel with Dak Prescott. Yeah. And I feel like it's that weird average or that weird middle ground that he's in that we don't know. He wants the big money, but is he ever going to get the big win? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree because, yeah, you're right. When you think of Dak in the playoffs, you're like, okay, put him in the divisional round of the playoffs with a drive, a 2-minute drill to get to the conference championship. And you say the other quarterback is Deshaun Watson. Or that wouldn't happen, but like a quarterback like that,
Russell Wilson,
somebody like
Rodgers.
That. You're not gonna Dak's. You're like, no way, Dak's gonna pull that off. Mm-hmm. Like, just no way. That's not gonna happen. So yeah, I agree with you on that point. But regular season, he has it. I mean, he has a super easy division. I mean, if the Cowboys want him to go 10-6 this year, I think he definitely can do it. But it's like, what do the Cowboys really want out of him? Do they want, I mean, I'm sure they want a Super Bowl, of course, but being realistic, they're probably not going to make it to the Super Bowl this year. I don't think they could, but you want to go as far in the playoffs as you can. So
if you're a Cowboys fan, I'd be rooting I don't know if this sounds, I don't know how this sounds, if this is an obvious statement. It's all or nothing. You don't want a divisional round. You don't even want you don't want a wild card round or a divisional round. You just don't. And that's really to the point of if you're either going to get, I think if conference championship, he's getting paid. Super Bowl, he's getting paid. But if he's not going to the playoffs, I don't think he's getting paid.
No, definitely. If he misses the playoffs, no way.
You should be rooting for all or nothing.
Yeah.
And that's sort of just where I stand on all of this.
Okay.
And if their team screams to me divisional round or maybe conference round, it's a weird dynamics.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you guys for watching our video on Dak Prescott. I'm sure there's more to come, but thank y'all for watching. Make sure to check out our other videos, and bye.